But Tony, we are having a lot of fun as we celebrate 40 years in the wrestling business with you. And we've been watching some old classic moments. And today we're watching an old Nitro. We're going to be watching Nitro from July 8th, 1996. So Nitro's not quite yet a year old. We're getting cranked up in the middle of the entire NWO angle. Bash at the Beach has just happened. Hulk Hogan has just turned his back on the fans. You have just told Hulk Hogan you can go straight to hell. This is an exciting time in WCW and in your career, right?
Yeah, I thought we're coming off of what I thought was an incredible show. What I thought was, and when we go back and we look at that, and we've looked at the turn by Hulk Hogan at Bash at the Beach. It was maybe one of the best heel turns ever.
Yeah.
Maybe the best heel turn ever when you think about who Hulk Hogan was up until that time. And we went back and we looked at it and we thought, holy shit, he did a great job on that. He really dove into it and became a Hollywood Hogan. And obviously that set the territory on fire, as the old guys would say. But it was a great time. It was a great time to be in WCW, and I felt really excited about being a part of it. We had a lot of fun back then. It wouldn't last long, but we had a lot of fun back then.
It was a 15-year run for Hulk Hogan as a babyface. It feels longer than that to me, but I don't know. I guess that makes sense when you think about 1996 and you go back 15 years to 81. Okay.
Yeah.
But when I just think about 15 years then, like 81 to 96, I guess because I was born in 81, feels like forever. But like now in 2009, that didn't feel like that long ago. You know what I mean? Like it's weird how time changes as you get a little older. And we're getting a little older here on the show. So I thought, hey, maybe go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I've told you that story about how time does really change as you get older.
Tell it again.
Okay, I'll tell it again. I was talking to a psychologist one time about this. He said, the older you get, the faster time goes. And I said, how is that possible? He said, here's what I mean. When you are 10 years old, you're 10 years old, half of your life is 5 years.
Yes.
Okay. When you're 40 years old, half of your life is 20 years. So 20 years, when you're 40 years old, 20 years goes by about the same speed that 5 years goes by when you're 10. So it kind of makes sense because the older you are, the faster time goes. So now you were 15 back in 96, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. 15 back in 96. So half of that is like what? 7.5 years, right?
Yeah. 89.
Okay. Now you're 41,
42.
42. That's 21 years.
Yep.
Okay. So now 21 years have gone by at the same speed to you that 7.5 years went by when you were watching the show.
How about that? Mr. Wizard.
How about that?
He lives to enlighten here on what happened when.
That's what he told me. And I bought it. I thought, you're right. You're exactly right. So there you go. The older you get, the faster time goes.
Tony, I feel like we should go ahead and say right now, if you're looking for us to talk about the news, there's plenty of other shows that are going to be doing that this week. We want to be your escape today. So I'm not saying we'll never talk about it, but I am saying I had enough of it between talking about it with Eric Bischoff on 83 Weeks and talking about it with Jeff Jarrett on My World. How about we just watch a little wrestling and have a little fun today? Can we do that, Tony?
Yeah, we can. We've got a lot of fans who have joined us so far. We appreciate Aaron Sheen being with us. We appreciate Greg Jacobson. We appreciate that Coach Keith is awake. And we, my girl, Brooke Baucom is with us as well. And Aaron said, I can't wait to hear Tony's thoughts on Vince. Well, my thoughts on all of this is very simple in that it's very sad. I'm saddened by all of it. And that's honestly the way I feel. What more can I say?
Well, let's have a little fun.
Okay.
That's what happened when's supposed to be a relief and escape from your reality and looking at old wrestling and busting balls and cracking jokes with our friends. And I thought maybe we could use a little help from a friend. How about that today, Tony?
Well, we do have friends.
You want to introduce our very special guest?
Yeah, I'm going to introduce our special guest who's going to watch this Nitro edition with us. I didn't know Ethan until he started working in AEW. But man, he can wrestle, he can talk. He's a very talented guy that I've come to know and appreciate. I gave him a hard time. I give everybody a hard time, but he's one of our most talented guys. And anybody who's in AEW will tell you he's one of the most underrated guys that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, All Ego Ethan Page is with us.
Hey now. Yay. Welcome to the program, Mr. Page. How are you, sir?
I'm smitten after that introduction, but good. I'm doing good.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and taking some time with us. And we're going to be watching an old school Nitro today together, July 8th, 1996. Yeah. Where were you at in your fandom here in the summer of 96, dude?
I was full blown WWF fan.
Okay.
Yeah. If I have to be blunt and honest, WCW wasn't like huge for me. I don't know if it was because I was Canadian or if it was like a regional thing, or if my fandom just really leaned into The Rock and nobody else.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, like I might be watching this episode for the first time.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. I really think, I think when you say, and I believe there's a lot of truth in this, when you say regional, I believe a lot of fandom was regional back then.
Yeah, like for us, like TSN, I mean, even just now, for people to watch AEW, there's a difference of like where you live, at least country-wise, like how to be able to watch our shows. Back then, who knows? Like, I don't know where it was airing in Canada. I was joking before doing this with Derek about trying to remember if it aired at all or if it aired on the Tuesday at like 4:00 when I got back from school. I remember flipping back and forth between a Booker T match and like whatever was on during Raw, but it was not on a Monday. So it was very bizarre. Like I would have to either catch a replay and figure it out. And my parents didn't keep up with like the TV guide or to tell me at that age, like, oh, hey, wrestling's on, because they didn't want me to watch it in the first place. So